So I know there's a lot of cool stuff going on kind of under the hood. So maybe Scott, you could give us some insight into how we actually went about building a visual editor and what are some of those cool things that make visual editor inside of Builder special.
Yeah. We did what we always do in terms of listening to our customers, working with them, as I said before, to kind of collaboratively find the right solution. And a lot of it was just taking what I just mentioned before, and you were touching on, Jason, of the things we didn't want to do, and kind of flipping that around, saying, okay, well then we're not going to make it produce bloated, bad code. Not only for the reasons of that can create problems with rendering, which is obviously a big concern, but also just because we knew that for us to get this right, email developers had to be able to trust the tool and understand that if they're going to enable more folks to build email within an organization, then they're going to be they're essentially the inputs to the system, right? They're creating the templates and the components that folks are going to build with, kind of creating the Lego blocks. And for us to then go in and manipulate those things and change them, just wasn't what we wanted to be doing. So we took kind of that as one principle, and we also just felt like it had to be easy to use, and it had to be easy to use right away. Like there's no reason we feel that that someone should have to rewrite all their templates, just to make something work for a visual editor. Teams using Litmus have spent a lot of time, energy, money building great looking emails that perform well, that they've tested across email clients for rendering issues. So the last thing we want to do is force them to redo all that. And so the approach we really took, and this is where some of the kind of under the hood engineering details are fun to dig into. Probably I'm not the best person to give all of the spiel on that, but it essentially meant that there would have been a much easier path for us from an engineering and product building standpoint, in that if we had done something that required kind of proprietary Litmus markup or syntax, or that just had a bunch of pre-built components that people could use, that would have been the easier path, frankly. We took the harder path because we thought it would be easier on our customers, which is to basically take what you have, your templates, your emails, your modular components, and make sure that our editor would just work with those things and that would do the right thing without changing the code. It would change the content that's being edited, but not the underlying code of the email. And so, so that was big for us. And we also believed in doing that, we could create a nice opportunity for what we really think is the best way to do things, which is for collaboration to happen between developers and non-developers, by honoring the code that is underneath the email. That meant that a developer could hop in, edit the code. Someone on the visual side could hop in and make content edits, and they could go back and forth. And many tools in the market just don't allow you to do that because it's so locked into a particular kind of proprietary way of doing things, which creates those restrictions. So those were kind of our guiding principles, and we spent a lot of time just talking to customers, testing with them, listening to them, iterating, and we have the visual editor out there now as the end product.
Yeah, I remember seeing the first couple of times I encountered it, and you can just kind of pop a template in there and switch over to Visual Editor and start editing whatever it is without having to worry about template languages or proprietary markup. Was kind of mind blowing because that's not something that we've really seen out in the wild. Everybody's kind of having to code for their specific ESP or whatever tools they happen to be using, which is good and bad, but it's nice having something where people can just pop in and put whatever code they're working on in there, whatever templates they already have, and open it up to anybody to start using that visual editor.